A massive winter storm tightens its grip on the United States, bringing ice, snow, and chaos from coast to coast. What began as a surge of sleet and freezing rain across the central states is now marching relentlessly eastward. Officials across multiple regions are urging Americans to stay indoors as roads turn deadly and power systems buckle. This storm is already being described as one of the most widespread and disruptive winter events in years. Late Saturday evening, snow began spreading rapidly across the mid-Atlantic. By nightfall, flakes were already closing in on Washington, D.C., a city bracing for its most severe winter storm in recent memory. Forecasters say snowfall in the capital will intensify after midnight. Several inches are expected by daybreak, with conditions deteriorating rapidly as winds pick up. Across much of the country, the heaviest snow is expected overnight into Sunday. But the southern United States is already feeling the impact, with freezing rain and plunging temperatures. Power outages have surged across Louisiana, where more than 50,000 customers are now without electricity. Texas has also been hit hard, with nearly 50,000 homes and businesses in the dark. In total, 22 states have declared states of emergency. Those include the Carolinas, Virginia, Tennessee, Georgia, and Kentucky as conditions worsen by the hour.
Morning, everyone. I'm Muriel Bowser. I'm the mayor of Washington, D.C. So by now, people have heard about the significant winter storm that is headed our way. These are our expectations. Our team is briefed by the National Weather Service regularly so that we can be prepared for any changes in the forecast or conditions. We expect snow to begin Saturday evening. It will continue throughout the night and into the day on Sunday and possibly into Monday. This will be the largest snowfall we've seen in a long time. Current projections have at least 9 inches of snow falling with the potential for more. There is a possibility of freezing rain overnight Sunday into Monday, which will increase hazardous conditions. So at the same time, we're also headed into a very cold week. On Monday night into Tuesday morning, we are expecting wind chills to be below zero. So to make sure we have all the resources we need to respond, I am declaring a state of emergency in the District of Columbia, effective now. We are also requesting vehicle support from the DC National Guard to ensure our first responders are able to move around the city during the storm. And that request has been made. We're also out today to spread the word to the public to get prepared and be prepared. We need you to get inside. We have our outreach teams out all week getting people into shelter. And let me be clear, we have space for everyone. And this is seriously dangerous conditions for people to be outside. We haven't had a big storm like this in a while, and we have been preparing for this. We're very concerned about the cold. And the cold weather like this mixed with precipitation puts people in a lot of danger. Being outside in weather like this, somebody could die. Okay, if you're outside and you're sleeping outside, so we got to get people in. Well, I think the overall message is if you don't need to be out during the active snowfall and immediately thereafter, to stay inside. And that's most of us. There are people who have to get to their jobs at hospitals and at grocery stores and senior facilities. So there are people who need to be moving and others that could spend a Sunday at home. And so we would recommend that.
The storm is forecast to sweep eastward through Saturday night. Steady snow is developing across the Ohio Valley and will push into the southeast and mid-Atlantic. By Sunday, the system is expected to slam into the northeast and New England. Forecasters warn this storm will not fully exit the country until late Monday night. Around 55% of the population of the contiguous United States is now under a weather alert. That amounts to nearly 190 million people directly affected by this sprawling system.
So I'm here to say this is a very dangerous combination of heavy snow and extreme cold temperatures. And the risks are so intense that as I'm standing here right now, I'm declaring a state of emergency throughout the entire state of New York. And what that'll allow us to do is to coordinate more closely with local governments, deploy state resources into municipalities without the lag of time required. What am I worried about? Frostbite. Frostbite can set in literally within 5 minutes of exposure, as well as hypothermia. So the symptoms of hypothermia are poor coordination, slurred speech, exhaustion, shivering. Let's first of all try to prevent being in this situation, but if you must be outside and you're with other people, pay attention to those signs because that means they're experiencing a serious health event. If you have to go out, load up your vehicle. Your vehicle can save your life if you get stranded. What you need, already pre-charge your cell phones, right? You want to make sure your cell phone does not lose power when if you're stranded in a car. Food, water, extra blankets, flashlight. And this, as I mentioned yesterday, a pro tip, cat litter, throw it in the trunk with a small shovel. If you go off the road, you need the traction, you throw it on the snow, allows your vehicles to get the tractions, and you might be able to save yourself out of a ditch. I speak from experience. And make sure your home is ready as well. Protect your pipes from freezing. Use space heaters and fireplaces safely. Utility workers are on standby to respond to outages wherever they occur, so we can get your power and your heat on immediately or as soon as humanly possible. Also, our human services agencies are stepping forward to protect vulnerable New Yorkers, those who are unsheltered. We have to get people indoors, and we're working closely with Code Blue and working with our local county governments on that issue as well. Hunker down, change your habits, try to minimize your time outside. And I want to say this. I am so grateful to all the workers who have to be outdoors, whether they're working at the DOT or the Thruway Authority or the first responders who are out there doing everything they can to protect us, the nurses and healthcare personnel who have to keep showing up at their jobs. Let them know we appreciate them. Not everybody has the luxury of camping out, and not that they be watching any football this weekend. I will not be, but those who want to watch football or do whatever they're going to be doing this weekend is a gift. Stay warm, stay safe, but let's always be grateful for those who are literally putting themselves out there in extreme temperatures to keep the rest of us safe.
Air travel has already been thrown into chaos. Nearly 4,000 flights were canceled on Saturday alone within, into, or out of the United States. More than 9,000 additional flights scheduled for Sunday have already been scrubbed from departure boards. Airports across the country are bracing for days of disruption. Major cities across the South have recorded freezing rain. Raleigh, Charlotte, Memphis, and Nashville all reported icy conditions Saturday night. Farther south, Dallas and Austin also saw freezing rain, underscoring the sheer scale of the storm. Many of these cities are facing temperatures in the teens and low 20s. That combination of ice and bitter cold is raising fears of prolonged power failures. Ice accumulation threatens to bring down power lines and tree limbs. Emergency responses are already underway. In Oklahoma, Department of Transportation crews treated roads with salt brine ahead of the storm. The Highway Patrol canceled troopers' days off. National Guard units were activated to assist stranded motorists and respond to emergencies. Video from Oklahoma City shows highways blanketed in snow. Emergency crews were seen responding to multiple traffic accidents caused by slick conditions. Federal agencies are now on high alert. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem confirmed FEMA has pre-positioned resources and teams across multiple states.
This storm is going to produce heavy snow. It's going to produce dangerous freezing rain and ice and life-threatening wind chills that will be sustained for days. Power outages, road closures, and other impacts have already started to impact the Midwest, the South, and the East Coast. The most important thing that people can do across this country is to please stay off the roads. We want to remind everybody that in these emergency disaster situations, it's your local officials and local emergency managers that go out and execute response to these disasters. Your states manage it, and the federal government is here to support. We're here and have been opened and visiting and talking with all of the governors and local leaders to make sure they have everything that they need ahead of time and that we can be as prepared as possible for what is going to unfold in the coming days. I have spoken several times on conference calls, but also called personally governors and local leaders to facilitate the partnership that we need to help keep this federal response streamlined with their state responses. The Department of Homeland Security, FEMA, CISA, our cybersecurity team focused on the electrical grid and our critical infrastructure, the Coast Guard and our other federal partners are all embedded in state operation centers across the country. Governors remain in the lead on these responses, and we are continuously talking to them to see what they need to continue to take care of their citizens and make sure that people are safe. At my direction, FEMA has already pre-positioned commodities in many locations across the country. We've embedded partners in state emergency operations centers, and we've deployed IMAT teams, incident management assistant teams, with dozens more ready to deploy at any moment, besides those that have already been pre-positioned. We just ask that everyone would be smart, stay home if possible, take care of your family members, check on your neighbors, all that we can. We also want to continue to make sure that everybody recognizes this storm is significant. It's the largest storm that we've seen impact the most states and this big of a population in possibly decades. Again, it's going to be very, very cold. So we'd encourage everybody to stock up on fuel, stock up on food, and we will get through this together. With that, thank you, and we'll talk again soon. Thank you.